What's up guys, welcome back to mikeypolis. Today we are doing a bit of a intro to magnet fishing, if you will. You know, on my channel I do a lot of magnet fishing. I love to find stuff. I got a few different magnet setups, but I get a lot of messages from people asking, how do you actually magnet fish? It may seem like a very simple question on throw a magnet in the water, you got it on a rope, it pull stuff up. Yes, that's true. That's how you definitely do it. But there are some tips and tricks on doing the actual craft itself and magnet fishing itself and getting your magnet fishing set up all dialed in so you don't have any issues when you're out there. When you get your magnet set up, especially from Brute Boss, you get the magnet, the eyelet bolt, and then you also get a little thing of the red thread locker. So typically what you want to do when you get your magnet, you have your magnet, you have your eyelet bolt, and you have the bolt itself. So what you want to do is you want to take that red thread locker, you want to put a bead of it on the threads, and then you screw your eyelet right back through there. You let that bad boy cure for 24 hours. It's not an instant. It might seem dry, but to be fully waterproof, you want to wait 24 hours with that thread locker on there. But what that's going to do is, it would be terrible if you had your carabiner hooked to your magnet, you threw it in, and then this slowly was loosened up and came off, your magnet's gone. I've had it happen. You want to make sure that you have the thread locker on your magnet, let it cure for 24 hours, and then you're good to go in terms of having the magnet ready to toss. So now that we got the thread locker and our magnet set, you take your carabiner that you get, like this is the one you get with Brute Magnetics. Clips open, and then it's got a little spin, a little spinny bracket here, so now you can't open it. It's locked on. Make sure it's opened up, you clip it to your magnet, you make sure that lock is locked down and cinched down. You can't open up, it's thread locked on. This thing's not going anywhere. It's ready to be thrown in the water. You got your cable, you got your line, you're ready to find some goodies. All right, so now that your magnet is all set up, you have a couple more steps to getting it in the water and doing it correctly. So you wanna make sure when you get to the location you're at, you wanna make sure that you have your line anchored somewhere. I always tend to anchor mine to my hand. I wrap the end of the rope around my hand a few times, then I can start throwing it in. If you have a bigger magnet, you got smaller hands, if you're more comfortable with it, you can either tie it to like a dock post, a tree that's nearby. Some people will stand on it. I don't trust that method fully myself, but there's a few ways you can do it. Again, I like to anchor mine to my hand, so I tie the open end of the rope, the end of it, to my hand, and then you can start throwing it in, or if you have it tied to a dock post, you can start throwing it in. You don't want to have it tied to your hand. You know, if you got smaller hands, you got a big magnet, you don't want to put too much pressure on your hand, you know, be cutting circulation off or anything, but I got big hands, so I'm fine wrapping mine around. That's how I do it most comfortably. At that point, then you're ready to throw it in. You kind of just throw it out as far as you possibly can, let it hit the bottom of the water, and then start pulling it back in. I like to throw it in and then give it a minute, let it start to attract everything around it, and then start pulling it in. If you don't wait for it to get on the bottom, or if you pull it too quick, it might, if you have especially a smaller magnet, it might not even hit the bottom before you're able to start pulling it, and then you're just pulling it through the open water. It's not rubbing on the bottom and sticking to whatever it is you want it to stick to. That's one thing I really love with the 360 magnets. It's pulling from every single angle. So when you throw it in, you let it sit, it's pulling from top, side, everything that's around it sucks to it, and then you can start pulling it back in. So those are some of the very simple steps to get you rocking and rolling with magnet fishing. Be patient with it, see what you can find. If you find some cool stuff, or if you have found some cool stuff, please drop those in the comment section down below. Thank you so much for tuning in to today's episode, guys. Learning how to get your magnet fishing set up, and then learning how to start and begin magnet fishing. It seems super easy, the idea of just throwing the magnet in, pulling it off. It seems super simple, but it is helpful to kind of have some helpful tips and tricks to get going. So if you found today's video helpful, guys, please smash that thumbs up button, hit that red subscribe button to not miss the next video. And with that, we'll catch you on the next one, guys. Bye!